guys, and welcome to another video. And in this video, I have a very special guest with me. He's a two-time national champion and a very fantastic player. I welcome on stage Karthik. Hello, hi Karthik. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. Thanks for having me here, and I'm excited to share whatever I can.
Yes. So for Karthik, let me explain what was happening. So I started this series, how I became I am. So I divided it into different age group rating category from 0 to 1500, from 1500 to 1800, 1800 to 2000, 2000 to 2400, and I guided each like category rating category differently, right? Because at each rating level you have to do different things. And here, like right now, I am and I want to become GM. So I haven't been a GM, so this would be opposite. You will be helping me. I have so many questions for you. How you
Sure.
did it, what was your process like, and everything.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited to share my journey. So I hope the viewers find it, useful and they can implement it as well.
yes. The first thing which I remember was like about our interaction was in kit. Do you remember that you were around 2300 and you were like 25th seed and you annihilated that tournament completely. You were like crushing everyone, and I think we even played the game and it was such a brutally like you brutally checkmated me. And yeah, like the question was like what happened to you in that tournament, like I think you just returned from your 12th during that time.
Uh, for the clarification, I think we played in a different year. The year which I won kit, it was a different year, I think. So that year, what happened was before the tournament, I was going to write the CPT exam for CA, entrance exam for
Okay.
CA, and then I think I was preparing for it for 1 or 2 months in February or March, and then I went on a trip, Europe trip with Atharva Godbole and
All of these guys.
Rakesh Kulkarni and I think Salish Dravid. So there, what happened? These guys demotivated me and told
Okay.
me, why are you studying the CPD or CA? Like, don't do
Hmm.
that. Just play chess. Somehow, I don't know, for whatever reason they demotivated me. So after I came back, I told my parents that okay, I'll take a 6 month break. I'll focus on becoming a GM or whatever, and then maybe write in December or something. That was my plan. So they also agreed, and when I went to the tournament, it was completely relaxing. I just wanted to play chess. I didn't have much goals. I want to play. I wanted to play a lot of tournaments, and so because of that there was a kind of relaxation. I didn't really focus on winning the tournament or anything, so
Okay.
that
You just
eventually led to that. I think I didn't even carry my laptop of something like that, or like maybe I didn't prepare much during the tournament.
yeah, that like find very surprising, to be honest. You were like 2300 rating, right? Around that time,
No,
2360 something around it.
when I won, actually, I was 2400, 2470 already.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure, but I think around 2470. I already had one Grandmaster now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I was kind of stagnant for couple of already some 6 7 months. I was at the same rating. Yeah, I could not go forward.
Also, another thing I've noticed is like you play so many tournaments in a row. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've just checked your profile and like from 2400, like this range, you had so many tournaments. It's like there are two approaches. One is you prepare and play, and for you, this is the approach, which is very different in my opinion, in a sense. For me, like after playing three tournaments, I already, get tired. For you, how did you like manage to like stay fresh during these events?
No, nowadays I don't do that anymore. I'm already slightly older, and no, I cannot do that. But even back then, I think it was not working for me, to be honest. I was going on this, 3 month trip, or like I was playing continuously.
Mhm.
That again was due to some silly reason. I had a coach. I went to 2385, and I was very close to becoming an IM. Like in my live ratings, I was close to 2400, and
Okay.
I needed to win a game, but I lost that one, something like that, and I was around 2385 or something. So then I decided to train with a grandmaster. I don't want to name him,
Okay.
but he is a very well-known grandmaster, and I trained with him for 6 to 8 months. So in that period, I went back to 2285.
Oh, you
After that one
decreased.
year,
Okay.
yeah, I decreased. So it was
Oh, wow.
clearly not working for me, and
Mhm.
after that what I did was I think I took a break of sorts. Like I for 10th I didn't play chess at all. So what happened was, after that I was coming with, vengeance of sorts, like whatever he said did not work, so I'll do exactly opposite. So he was kind of, he had this principles, like he had set of rules that one should, play limited tournaments, train hard, and then play. And also his thinking system is such that usually you take a lot of time while playing, so you need to think and play. Like he basically had the static dynamic thinking, which usually takes a
Okay.
lot of time, because like when you see a position and you take in a lot of factors, like you are statically better or like dynamically better,
Dynamically better.
it takes a lot of time, right? Like the decision
Agree.
making process. So what I decided was I'll do exactly opposite. So I couple of things I decided that I'll do differently. One of them was I'll play a lot of tournaments. The only reason was he told me not to play a lot, so I decided I'll play a lot. And
Okay.
similarly, I was playing too slow, or like, I was thinking and playing. So I
Mhm.
decided I'll play fast, no matter what. And one more thing was, he told me that I'm not good at dynamic chess, so I decided I'll play attacking chess. I'll play only, play for attack. I'll play dynamically. This is what it was basically either stupidity or, like out of, anger, or like that revenge. I wanted revenge, so
Oh God.
came out of
Okay.
that.
Yes, I mean, also it's very nice that you experimented with this, right? Because a lot of things what we as a chess player do is we stick to the process and see if it's working or not, even though it's not working. And you did like completely different approach, and it, yeah, seems to work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone is different, and everyone, for let's say something works for you, it does not necessarily mean it will work for everybody. And we have generalized things, like if you do, calculation, you will improve, or like it's very generic in most of the chess advice. So essentially, what we need to do is we need to figure out what works for us, and we need to do a lot of it, and we should eliminate what doesn't work, and we should be extremely practical about it. Instead what we do is we go over traditional knowledge. Like for example, I think you were also in the camp, right? Like
Yes.
someone said like you shouldn't play bullet, I think
Yeah.
Vignesh or someone. So it is totally understandable. Like for them, it is working. Like it does not mean it works for everybody. If you look at, for example, Firoja, like he was playing a lot of bullet, or Ikaru, for that example, he became better and better by playing a lot of bullets. He was like the alpha zero of, humans, or someone like that. So like
Yes.
you need to understand what works for you, and you should do a lot of it. And it's totally irrelevant if it's, accepted traditionally or not. If it's working for you, it works. Like you should not question it. Like that is my thing.
Yeah, you need to figure out what's really working for you. Yeah, that's most
Yeah.
important. And
Yeah,
if it's
unless
working
you
for you, just
experiment, you won't know. But if you are kind of stuck at some rating, like it's most likely that you need to change. You need to try new things.
work on your overall self and everything,
Yeah,
basically. So let's start with, we will go step by step, opening, middle game, end game. That's the approach how I do it. So let's say you got till I am 2400, right? And you are moving towards the Grandmaster title and even 2600. In the opening part, did you like change anything specific? How did you approach the openings? Because like I think from 2200 to, let's say, I am, it's a complete different it's a league, and from 2400 to 2600 is a complete different league. So you have to change something, right, at the opening level. So did you worked on it? Did you had any specific way you treated the opening? Because at like from that time there would be a lot of lower rated opponents who will try to make a draw
yeah.
against you, or also you need to win against them with black. So what was the approach like? What will you suggest?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to answer because even my opinions it changes every 6 months or every 1 year. Like what I think is right currently, probably I wouldn't think the same 6 months down the line. Um, like for example, like I was trying to think about what I was doing, and when I was, when I became a grandmaster, at least my
Mhm,
opening repertoire was kind of basic in the sense like I was playing only e4 with white,
mhm.
and for black, for e4 I was playing Najraf almost exclusively.
Mhm,
I I had a broad repertoire, from childhood. I used to play a lot of openings and so on. But this period I was thinking about recently, and I kind of recollected that I was only playing e4 with white, and also again e4 the story is similar. Like um, the coach wanted me to play d4, so I decided that I'll play only e4. So
yeah,
maybe
doing
because of
against
that
your
also.
coach is doing something against your coach kind of worked with you. Yeah, that's the
Yeah, E4, like at least back then I used to think that I get more attacking chances and so on. Like it was totally uh, in a revenge mode sort of things. But
okay.
but if we talk about opening strategy, it was kind of like very basic. Like but it's difficult whether it's difficult to say whether one should play a lot of openings or just set of openings and then know them well. But essentially what one should do is like what's working for them. If playing just one opening is working for them, then they should do that. Like for example, Gukesh, his repertoire, at least until he became 2750 or something, it was very basic. It's not like he was just playing one opening, which is also a misconception a lot of people have. Like also, like I'm making a camp on Gukesh, so I'm researching a lot of his openings and so on. So what I noticed was he repeatedly plays certain openings, but it's not like he plays the same thing always. So he switches openings then and like now and then. So if you see like for Gukesh it worked, and if you see Arjun for example, complete opposite. Like you don't know
Yeah,
what he's going
almost
to play.
everything.
So
Yeah,
that is another approach. So Gukesh cannot be Arjun and Arjun cannot be Gukesh. So essentially, you need to understand what works for you and you should go for it. And also, if we talk about opening, like playing low rated, that's an important problem here. Like, we don't want to directly make a draw or something. So,
yeah,
what we should aim for is like, we should aim to get a position that we can play, and it's not a draw. That is what we should aim for. And like for example, if you are playing a Najraf, and like there are many, usually there are many force lines, right? So what you need to
Yes.
do is you should make sure that you don't get into that. And your aim is to get equality, or like even slightly worse is fine, as long as it's playable. Like that is what you should aim for. Or you can go like, Arjun approach, where you surprise your opponent every time. But this is also very difficult. It's not as easy as it said. Like for example, if you are playing Najrav, Sveshnikov, Rai
French.
Lopez, some French Caro, if you are playing everything, then what happens is that you wouldn't know everything so properly. And one more thing is memorization issue. And let's say,
Yes, that's
if you are playing if you have decided to play carrot that day, because your opponent is playing exchange e4 c6 d4 d5, and then he's playing ed cd and bishop d3. So you are aiming for this, and your opponent surprises with e5 bishop f5 knight c3, then you cannot recollect everything. And you have to kind of play on half memory, because you would have seen at some point, but you cannot remember everything. Then it will be a big issue as you go further and further. So it's really difficult. But if you see Arjun, like, he's well prepared in everything.
yes.
So it's hard to say what works and what doesn't, but like, for every individual there is one way that will work, so we need to find out, and we need to fix to that.
Okay, so it's like different approaches for different things. For
Yeah.
me, so far, Karokan has worked. Like I just
Mm.
played Karokan till getting IM. So there is, let's say, no direct need to change it into something which is more aggressive.
Yeah,
S-
there is no need, as long as like you need to be clear about what you want to get out of the opening, right? So you cannot, especially with black, you cannot win out of opening. So like
Yes,
that is like out of the way. So what you want is, you want to get a position which your opponent does not know. That is one thing you could aim for. Or like something which you understand better than your opponent, some equalish position, like. But you don't want a draw, direct draw, like where most
yeah, it's
likely the
just
result is a draw. So you want something where you can provoke mistakes from your opponent. That is what you essentially want. So you need to aim for such positions. Like Caro is also like perfect in a way that you cannot really force a draw. I mean, there are so many equal variations. Like everything is like sometimes very dry as well. But you can
yes,
keep on playing. Like you can try to outplay your opponent. So I'm not saying Caro is good for everyone, but like just as an example, I'm saying.
yes, yes, I agree. And with white, let's say there is no need to play everything, right? D4 or E4, C4, knight F3. You said you just kept on playing E4 till you
Yeah,
till you
there is
were
no
IM.
need actually. You can keep on playing e4. You can have couple of options in each opening. For example, Najraf, you can have multiple options. That is okay, as long as you can remember everything and you understand the positions. You can do that. There
Because
is.
like many times what happens is like right now I am and I think I will need to change from my D4 repertoire to E4 repertoire just to gain more dynamic feeling, more experience in it. So that's how I'm thinking currently.
Yeah, I mean, I would say there is no need, like, as long as there are so many ideas that you can explore in D4 as well. You don't need to
Agree.
really switch to E4. Like, there are so many players, like, Ding Liren has very narrow repertoire, like, and he became
Yeah.
world champion. Like, there's so many people like that. You don't need to even like now, in the candidates, for example, Blue Bum, yeah, he doesn't play e4 at all. He plays knight f3 and c4 time to time, but it's always like d4 family. He goes into stuff. In d4 he plays the Nimzo, sometimes Catalan, or sometimes knight f3, knight c3. You can have because the structures are very similar. In e4 you have to play completely new things. So d4 is I mean I'm just saying that there is no need for you to switch. Unless, okay, you
Basically,
can
yeah,
obviously switch and then learn and so on, like but in d4 you can explore a lot.
more as well. Yeah, that's one very good approach. Also, then the work would be also limited in a sense. I don't have to learn something huge.
Yeah, even with white, the aim should be aim should be similar. Like we should try to get a position which is more comfortable for us than our opponent. If you think about your general games, like I think very rarely that you would win out of opening. Like back in 90s, Casper used to do that. If Casper is playing, most likely you would get an advantage out of opening, and then you would win because of that. But
Mhm.
currently, like there are very few players who can get an advantage out of opening, and they're like completely into opening. So if you're practical about it, like most likely you won't get an advantage. So what you need to aim for is like you need to aim for positions that suit you, and also your opponent does not know much about. And again, like it shouldn't be a direct draw.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
not getting direct draw. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's mostly about the opening I had, because also knew that one of my friend told me you didn't, like during tournaments you don't really prepare the openings. So I asked him like what does he does, and he told me he's watching movies like most of the time. For me it's unbearable, because I usually am very serious during the events, and mostly it's like full preparation during the events. And for you, it was watching movie. I was first time when I heard it was national under 19.
Yeah, like those I mean, like again, it doesn't apply to every time nowadays. Like I
Yeah,
prepare and so on. Like it's not like I do that every time. But this under 19 national, I did that actually. Like so the first time uh, uh, usually I was not performing well in this under 11 and under 13, under 15. Like I did not even finish top 10. So there was always this psychological issue for me, that whenever I used to play, like I was one of the favorites. Like our 99 was quite strong, like with Karthik, Arvind, Vishak, and maybe one or two more. But I was one of the favorites. Like I was in top five, and like I can see that I can win the tournament at least once or twice. So, but I could not perform well because of I wanted to win so bad, and like it was just not working out. So from under 17, I decided to take it in a
lightly.
chill way. So in Bangalore, the first under 19, I think I was preparing there, but again, it was very casual. Just chilling with, I was staying with I am Krishna Teja and Sai Agni. So we were kind of having fun and a very little preparation. But after that, next time what happened was my laptop stopped working, so I didn't carry my laptop. And there, I like this approach. Like I was not preparing at all, and I was playing really well. And I came second there in under 17. So I like this approach, and I decided that I will do that for the next under
This
19. Uh, I played two more times under 19, so I
Mhm.
did that as well, and it was pretty successful. I was playing really well.
Yes. Also, I observed like you play super fast. Is it like already your habit, like, or was it trained consciously to play this fast confidently? Because for me, it's complete opposite. Take like we have played so many games. and you know how I do it. I usually take my time, but for you it's complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean, as I told you again, like it was that moment after I worked with that coach, like I decided to play super fast. But nowadays, like it's not the same. Like I've slowed down a lot, and now I'm not even fast. Like occasionally I play fast, but even then it's like thoughtful, thinking.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's making you wiser with time, right?
I wouldn't say wiser, but
No, I don't know. I mean, but you were so like you. Okay, so moving on to the middle game stage. Yeah, it's I think the most critical because that's where
yeah.
the most of the games are going to be decided. How did you work on this stage? Again, from getting IM to moving to 2600. Do you have any books that you worked on?
Uh, yeah, like if we talk about becoming a grandmaster, like back then my training was totally different. I was basically, watching. I used to watch a lot of videos, and I used to train by watching videos. I grew up with chess based DVDs and all, so I used to watch them a lot. That is how my understanding formed. So there were a lot of DVDs from Adrian Miklesian and others. So
Igor Smirnov was also one of the.
yeah, Igor Smirnov was later, but this was before.
Okay.
So that is when it was formed, and I used to like watching videos. So the training was similar. Like if I'm going to play a opening, I used to watch videos on that, some course or something. So that is how I used to train. Even middle game, I used to do that. And in terms of solving, like I used to solve easy positions or solvable positions instead of these tough positions. I used to avoid studies or anything because
Oh,
I
you
was
used to
not
avoid
really.
studies.
Yeah, I used to solve only when I'm with other players and so on,
Camps
where
or
they are
something like that.
solving. I wouldn't solve
Okay.
on my own, like because I was not really good at it, and I decided not to do that. And most of the training was intuition based. Like I used to see games and so on, like, but it was never like thoughtful thinking about a position. I used to guess moves and so on. So
Okay.
it was totally intuition based to improve my intuition, and so on. Like even watching videos I used to consider as intuition training to an extent.
Okay.
And
So. Mhm.
later on, like I was after becoming a GM, I was kind of stuck at this rating. Like I went back to 24, 80, 70, and I was struggling to come back to 2500. And I also wrote an article about it. Like there's this psychological issue that whenever we go to 2500 or 2400, for example, we start to get this, like, maybe yeah, do I really deserve this, or like something like, now I need to prove that I belong here, and you want to perform well, like. So then what happens, you start to it starts to affect your game. And
Yeah, it
suppose
does
you
really.
go back to 2495 or 2490, that rating is horrible, like mentally, because you kind of feel like it's really shameful to come back to 2300 or 2490. So again, your only thought will be, I need to get back to 2500 as soon as possible, otherwise we feel like it's the end of the world. So when we have this mindset, then you cannot really play your normal self. So I kind of struggled with this rating for almost I think 5 years. If you but okay, 1.5 year could be COVID year. So
Yeah.
even if you take that, it's almost like 3 years. So I was kind of struggling, and I was doing the same things. I was playing a lot of tournaments and so on. So then I decided to change, and I decided to try killer chess training.
Okay.
So there again, my reasoning was I can watch a lot of videos. There's so many classes, and I can watch videos. That was my reasoning to join. But there, I think killer. There's something called killer homework. I don't know if you're aware
Yeah.
of it. So
Yes,
killer
even I
homework.
joined it because of killer homework, to be honest. And so I can solve position. Someone is forcing me to give
Yeah,
the
yeah.
position.
So again, like killer homework was very tough for me initially. I mean, now also it's very tough, but when I started out, it was really tough. But I decided that okay, I will do it no matter what. So the one I took a 1 month membership, and I decided to do that. And that is when my training kind of changed. That is when I decided to, and then immediately Asian Continental I played. Starting did not go well, but by the end of the tournament I played well. So I decided, okay, I'll this is how I'm going to train now, and I decided to solve a lot of tough puzzles, basically killer homework and so on. So my
Okay.
training was similar to that.
So basically, after becoming GM, you're talking about it, right?
This is after becoming GM and being stuck for 3-4 years.
20. Okay. So mainly during that time, you started working more on doing harder positions, we can say, because there are two
Yeah,
segments in killer chess. One is friendly and one is killer, and you started working on them mostly.
yeah. I was
And
mainly
also, you
doing
said
killer homework.
very important thing was you love to watch courses, opening courses, and this, right? And for me, what I used to think was it's just waste of time. If you have, PGN, you can just see the PGN and that's it. Why to?
Yeah, nowadays I feel the same. I lost kind of interest in watching stuff, but
But of course,
I
now you're like 2600. You so mostly it won't really help you, right?
yeah. I mean, again, it's all subjective. Like, if something works, you should not question it. Like, you just follow it.
Just do it.
Like, it doesn't matter if science says it's harmful for you. You should just do it. Like, so that was my reasoning. Like, the reason nowadays is that, like, also the video courses have evolved. So back then,
Yeah.
like, if I'm watching a opening course or something, so each chapter or each line, for example, I am seeing a course on Najrov by Bologan or someone. So let's say there is a line that is covering bishop e3 lines and e5 some knight f3. The video will be like 10 to 20 minutes long. So 10 to 15
Yeah.
minutes. So I used to watch them, and then that was enough for me. But now it's completely different. With Chessable, like each video is like 1 hour long. So
Yeah.
I don't like to watch now at all. Like, at least opening videos, I don't like to watch. But
Okay.
the videos thing, like, yeah, it's kind of like passive training. Your brain is kind
Agree.
of staying passive and so on. But uh, like, for me, it kind of helped me because it was easier for me to remember and stuff, especially opening courses. But also middle game, I think my intuition developed a lot because of that.
Did you trend like any books or resources you can suggest for the middle game?
Yeah, books. I was not such a like book reader. Like, I have a lot of books at home, but it was like very random stuff. I read the My Great Predecessors, and when I wanted to become an attacking player, like, I decided to read this book, Michael Thal, Life and Games of Michael Thal, which is also a very good book in terms of psychology, like how he thinks and so on. The book has a lot of mistakes because it is like
It's old book.
written. Yeah, it's a very old book written by Tal. So there will be a lot of chess mistakes, but it's interesting to know what he was thinking during those moments. And
Yes,
that is interesting. And yeah, I was reading these kind of books only.
and
And
then
also,
mostly
like,
guessing.
I
Mhm.
used to read a lot of, if some new book comes, I read the sample of it, but I'm not disciplined enough to, complete the book or anything. So I start something and then I just leave it.
In between. So mostly it's like reading the books and training intuitively, watching live games, videos here and there, very random, but like mix of everything basically,
Yeah, yeah, mix of
we can
everything.
say. Okay, mostly that was it. And about the end game, how important it is, I believe it would be huge important from let's say Grandmaster to 2600. Did you had any specific end game training, anything in specific you did?
Uh, in terms of importance, like it's important. Like we need to clarify, like different types of end games, like theoretical end games and general end games, right? So theoretical end games, I think it's not that important as long as the essential positions. Um, because like it's very rare that you get into an end game, that kind of end game. So like
Yeah,
spending so much time on it does not make sense to me, at least. So like as long as you know the essential end games, it's quite enough. But the other end game is very important in my opinion when it comes to
practical end
playing,
games.
yeah, practical end games, because that is where you need to outplay your opponent. Most likely, if you're playing a lower rated, like you might get into a very dry end game. So you need to outplay your opponent, and also like in general, you need to play well the end game. Otherwise, you yourself might get outplayed, right? So that is very
Yes,
important. Like so the way I trained. It's difficult to recall, but I don't know how it was back then, because there were different trainers who helped me, train end games and so on. But I think Igor Smirnov's end game course really helped me in that regard. When I was stuck at, I was not really stuck, but I was around 2100. So then I decided to I joined an academy of sorts. So there, I found Coach Manikanda Swami and Ariharan. So Ariharan was kind of working with Remote Chess Academy, which is Igor Smirnov's academy.
Mhm.
So I used to get the courses for free. So again, like I like watching videos. So I kind of watched some of his courses, and Endgame course I really like, because even as a 2100, I kind of thought it's really helpful, the principle. Like most of his courses are very basic, but those basics are very important. Those fundamentals, how you implement it. Like for example, like his Endgame course, like and the import, like in order to evaluate, like the simple thing is like for example, if you have a passport, like you're you're entitled to be better, yeah. So but it's very generic, like being having a passport, or like the ability to create a passport is also helpful in an end game. So it's very basic, but back then it helped me a lot. And those principles, it helped me become a better end game player. Later on, okay, it was just watching games and so on and training differently.
just also most important advice I have received is from my coach only play the end games. Like if let's say there are many times what we do is once you receive the equal end game against higher rated player or someone along your range, you take draw and that's it. Yeah, equal game. But my coach what he told me was just play the game. act
Mm.
like keep it as a training ground. And that personally honestly helped me because that gave me the confidence that uh, I can outplay. Like I lost few games, but later down it really like I started believing myself that okay, you can beat very equal end games against good players.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like for example, I don't like draw so much. So if I get a chance, I want to keep on playing.
Always.
So that kind of came naturally to me, playing, especially against lowers. I unless like I'm worse, like I usually keep on playing. If I'm worse,
Mhm.
okay, I kind of ask a draw, like I try to make a draw, but because I want to be objective as well. But if I'm not really worse, then I keep on playing. Um, I mean, it's similar when it's with IS or equally strong players. If I think that I'm not really worse, I try to play as much as possible, or like
Yes,
it's
I
not
mean,
just a draw.
I was watching your World Cup game against Hikaru, and also we talked about this during Armenia. That I asked you like, why didn't you took the draw, right? Something along these lines, and you said that position was simply better for me. I wanted to win against him, something along that line. And the end, what happened was you managed to lose the game, but you played it, and that honestly had such a huge impact on me personally. Because if you can play that position, if you like have that strength, to play that position, like fight through it, it's huge because the pressure is also huge at that like World Cup. How was your experience? I also wanted to ask.
Yeah, the usually World Cup is very stressful because it's very different format for chess players. We are kind of used to playing Swiss tournaments where even if you lose, it's your choice whether to continue or not. But when it comes to World Cup and knockout format, like if you lose a game or like if you lose a round, you're out of the tournament. So that kind of gets you into that zone that you don't want to lose more than you want to win.
To win.
So
Yeah,
that mindset is what everyone like that is the mindset everyone has in World Cup. They don't want to lose rather than they want to win.
to win.
So especially in the first rounds, you will be like, I don't want to get out of the first round, so you try to play carefully and so on. And that is why like first rounds are usually stressful because your thoughts are like, if I go out, it will be very shameful. You don't want to go out, and that kind of thing. So when I was playing against Hikaru, so first round I was playing against Grandmaster from US. He was I think 60 years old or something. He was very strong. He was playing very well actually for his
Yeah,
age.
yeah, I remember watching it.
So, but I thought, okay, I should be able to, beat him. That was my thinking. But then the first game happened, and he kind of played really well, like all top
Mhm.
moves of the computer or close to it, and he equalized. And I was white, and he equalized pretty comfortably. So that was my first World Cup, and I was very stressed because next round I'm going to play black, and he is playing really well and so on. Like it will be really bad. So I could not sleep that round, but somehow I managed to win the next round. He played pretty aggressively. Later, I came to know from another interview that he was already tired, and because he had to travel long, and he wanted to finish the game, and whatever happens, he wanted to play a fighting game, and he didn't want to play tie breaks. So he went for
Oh,
aggressive chess, and like somehow I played better than him that day. So when I already went to the second round, I knew beforehand that I would play Ikaru. So there it was, you know, since there were two mindsets that I had. Like one was that okay, now I've crossed the first round, so there will not be any humiliation. So even if I
you
lose,
can
it's
just freely
fine.
play.
Okay, I lost against Ikaru, so what? That is one mindset I had, and another one was that if I play well, I believe that no one can beat me. That was my mindset. So I had both of these things. On one hand, I was like, even if I lose, like I'm not losing much. On the other hand, like I thought, okay, if I play well, I can win also. Like not necessarily that I cannot win. So that is why I think I played the way I played. And on top of it, obviously, Ikaru also has this thing, right? He wants to win the candidates and he needs to
He
win
is under
everything.
pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's under pressure. So for me, that was better. But like he was playing better than me, but I was defending really well.
Mhm.
But in the first round, like I again same thing happened. He was, I think, winning at some point, or he was clearly better for most of the game. But I was defending well, and I made a draw. And there were many moves which even I don't know how I played, but I played that game really well. So that kind of, he became very tilted after the game, and I could feel it. So he was playing very fast, and he got into a worse position very quickly. But then I kind of made some mistakes, and the game was quite complicated. And at the end, when he kind of offered a draw, so at
Yeah.
that moment, I think the question was around equal, and in hindsight, I should have given a draw actually, not because of the position or like anything, but I think the situation, because the risks are like, okay, if it's like I'm not clearly better, at least I felt that way. I thought it's around equal because I didn't see anything clear, and all three results are possible if I play. And this is also the second round of the World Cup. So if I lose, I'm out. So from that point of view, I think I should have taken a draw, no matter whether Ikaru blundered actually, and I got a winning chance. But
Yeah.
uh, I think objectively speaking, I should have taken a draw there, and I was getting low on time as well. So
Yeah.
I spent 2 3 minutes, and then I decided to play. Like after a lot of thinking, either I should have played immediately or like taken a draw. So what happened was, since I thought and then played, I decided to play the next few moves first, and I missed the winning chance. I saw the winning move, but as he was thinking, I was thinking about some other move and so on, and I got confused and played some other move. I was playing so fast, so
It,
because of
it
that,
was Queen A1, right? Something like that.
yeah, my plan was actually to go Queen A1 there. But
Okay.
then I was thinking, while he was thinking, I was thinking about the best move actually. I was thinking what to do for that. Um, so then when he played the move, I kind of confused and I played something else. So later I kind of made more mistakes and it was just lost actually.
Okay. Did this experience help you in like your second World Cup?
Not really, actually. Like, I mean, it didn't matter. Just because the second World Cup also it was very stressful. Every round I was playing not to lose, and um, the mindset was very clear, and it was very stressful because for some reason, I didn't want to lose at all. Like that is very harmful. And before the round, you get this bad feeling, if I lose, I have to go, and like it's so bad and it's stressful. So it did not
Okay.
really help me in a way.
Just like we are talking about the mindset, I wanted to ask, like, let's say from again 2400 to GM and from GM to 2600. What was your mindset? Like how you used to think?
I think when it comes to becoming a GM, like more than anything, this is what helped me, like the confidence, or like I was in a way, like I have told that. Changing all these weird things, that playing a lot of tournaments or playing fast, or all these are considered wrong in a way, but I kind of did that in a way to prove my coach wrong.
Coach.
And but if you see, by with that mindset, like I'm also implying that, like I'm believing in myself, that I'm believing in that I can do this. Because if
Yeah,
I'm going crazy, like if I'm trying to prove someone wrong, it's like essentially going all and believing in yourself and
in
like
yourself.
being super confident. So that is one thing. Like there were moments obviously where I doubted and so on, but I was like confident that I can do this. This is the way, and like, and this is going to work. That is what helped me to become a GM. Like there were moments, obviously there were tournaments I did not play well, and so on. Like, but there was always this belief that okay, I'm going to do it, and so on. And at the same time, like most of the tournaments which I played, I was in a completely relaxed state.
Yeah,
So
that's also how you got till 2600. Yeah, I don't think you did anything very special, or was it?
yeah,
Is it
20.
different than becoming GM, like from 2500 to 2600 compared to getting to GM?
Yeah, I think it's uh, more difficult, I think, because getting to 2600 than becoming a GM. Because like there are very less opportunities to play stronger events and so on. And also, like as you go up and up, like there's always, players who are equally working hard and like they are pretty strong themselves. So beating someone who is working hard and like who is also strong is quite difficult. So like my mindset, I think, was slightly different, but the essence was the same, like playing in a relaxed
And
state where I can be, I can be myself, but rather than, being, I want to win or I am focused on results. Like that doesn't work either way. You need to be confident, you need to believe in yourself. At the same time, you need to be kind of relaxed, and you shouldn't worry about results too much. I mean, it will always come. Like if someone says that they're not thinking about winning the tournament or winning the game, uh, it's all lies, because everyone gets it. But what you need to understand is like majority of the time they're trying to suppress it, or like they're trying to
mm,
control it. That is what happens. So you need to be in that relaxed state so that you can play your normal self. Because you're when you're tilted, or when you're angry at yourself, or you're thinking about previous results, you won't be yourself and you will play worse than what you usually do. That is not what you want.
I agree. Yeah, that's very important. Mainly, it's like having a very strong mindset. Also, that's how you won one of the nationals. I read it somewhere that you just had this thought while coming from flight that you don't didn't have any national titles, right?
Yeah, like it was before joining killer chest training. Like I was in Saudi, somewhere, Riyadh or somewhere, and I had long layovers. So I was watching this interview of Arjun and Gukesh together, and they just won the nationals. I mean, first and second place they got.
Mm.
So then I had this thought that okay, I want to win this nationals, which was going to happen in December. Normally, I wouldn't have played the nationals itself, like, but after watching that video, somehow I told myself that I'm going to win the nationals, and that is why I played also, and like somehow it worked out.
Did you did any specific preparation for the nationals?
No, not really. I think I had some
Just
exams or something also, but like it was like killer chess training, and then I had exams, and then
around these lines. And also, you won the second national as well. Can you tell your experience about that?
yes.
Because two national champion is like, guys, this is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, second one was difficult for different reason. Because the first 6 months or 7 months went super horrible that year. So I
Yeah.
was 2609, and then I dropped to I think 2568 or something that year. So you are in a state that you want to get back to 2600 again or something. So that is always back of your mind. And so at the start, what happens was, like, you may play decent chess, but you still lose rating. And then later on, because of this thinking that okay, I've lost rating, you start to play badly as well. That is the usual pattern that happens. So similarly, like, I think I was facing the same thing. I was losing rating, and I wanted to win back the rating. Because of that, I was losing more rating. So at the end, I had a 15-day break or something before nationals, and I was not really sure whether I should play or not. But
Wow.
at
Okay.
the end, because the whole year I was losing rating, I did not even increase 1 point anywhere in any tournament. So I was
Yeah.
psychologically very low, and I was not sure. Okay, but at the end, I decided to play, and again, things worked out for whatsoever reason.
Yes. Another very important thing I wanted to ask was about your physical fitness. It's one of a transformation. Like I could see, like earlier you decreased such a huge weight, yeah, like during one of this transformation period it happened. So do you
Yeah.
think like physical fitness is very important, and how did you manage that?
Like, I'm not really sure if it's important for chess directly, but uh, this will okay. First, about my transformation, like did it in this COVID break, 1 year
Yeah.
break I had. So I was at home and I could work out regularly. Usually, my problem was not really about working out, but I could not control my eating. I
Diet.
eat whatever I want. Till date, I cannot control my eating. So back then, the thing was, like, even if what I was eating was bad, it was like home cooked stuff. So it was not that bad. And I was
Yeah.
working out almost every day, or at least 5 days a week or something. And I was pretty consistent with that. So, like, over 6 months, or, like, over the year, like, I consistently decreased weight. And later on, okay, the physical fitness, like, it's very inconsistent. Like, um, when I want to do it, I do it for a couple of days, and then I kind of stop it. So it's very inconsistent, but that is how that is how I do it. But coming back to, like, whether it's really useful or not, like, I don't think it really improves your chess or anything, but it will affect your, like, after I decrease my weight, like, my confidence kind of increased, like, your
In
general
general.
personal self image or everything will increase. So coming back to that confidence, that is very important. Like, if you are in general confident, like, that will reflect in your game. So from that point of view, I think it's helpful. Like, being fit, or at least comparatively fitter, is important. But I don't think it will actually improve your chess. Or also, like, I see so many people saying that in the fourth or fifth hour, it's really important to
Yeah.
be this physical. I don't
Yes.
think it works that way. Because a lot of people are unfit, and they can really, if they want to, they can play really well even in the fifth or sixth hour. That is your mental
Mindset.
state, I think, when it comes to that. But I think if you are fit, your overall confidence will improve, and your self image will improve. So
Okay.
from that point of view, I think it's important.
Okay. And one last question I wanted to ask. Let's say if you're coaching me personally, and I have this time pressure issue, and many players have this, and I don't find yourself to be that. that of a player who gets often into time pressure. You are mostly always on time. Also during the game, it reflects. So, what would be your advice be?
Uh, I think like I wouldn't suggest to do something drastic like play fast immediately. Like I think it will slowly take time. If you want to play comparatively faster, I think it will take time because this is how you have been playing all your life, right? So
Yeah,
suddenly trying to play like someone like R.R. Lakshman, or like if you consider top players like Nepo or someone like, I think it's impossible for you to do that. So I think you need to slowly try to improve that. And I wouldn't even consider it as a weakness because a lot of players go into time trouble and they play well.
really well.
Like even top players like Grishchuk or um, Peter Leko, or all these players, they are time trouble addicts. But they are like 2750. So this is not really an issue because basically, if you're getting into time trouble, it means you're trying to aim for perfection. You want to play the best move possible in the position. So that is why you're trying to think longer and then get into that. So, like, first thing is that I wouldn't consider it as a weakness. I would just focus on my chess improvement.
In
Like
general,
you need to get better at chess. That is what you need to aim for because you can still have this problem of time trouble and be at 2800. Even Caspro had time trouble issues. So this is not really an issue. So if you are a better player, you can still have time trouble and play really well. But if you want to improve in general, like there are many methods, but I
yeah.
don't know if
Another
it
thing was
really
which,
works.
yeah, which like area I should focus on in order. Let's say opening, tactics, end game.
Yeah, again, like main thing is that like my approach is same. Like first you need to understand yourself well, where you're good
Mhm.
at, where you're bad at, what is bringing you wins and what is bringing you losses, and based on that you decide to focus on one or two areas and then try to improve them. That is how it's better to do, because you need to understand where exactly you're going wrong, right? Like in order to improve. If you don't have that proper understanding, then it's pretty useless working on stuff. uh, Also, a lot of players, what they do is, for example, they work on Carlsbad structure, but they never play
Yes.
d4 only. So what's the use
Yeah.
of studying Carlsbad structure if you don't play d4? This is a very generic example, but you need to understand what you are exactly doing right and wrong. Based on that, you need to plan accordingly on what is important and what is not.
What is not? Okay. Wow. Thank you for so much advices. We have covered almost everything. But also, you mentioned you are launching a camp. I might join the camp. So, can you tell us the more details about it? What exactly is it about, and where could people register? And when are the tentative days you are launching it?
So I've been writing blogs for almost a year or 8 9 months, and
Yes.
I've
Just sorry to
decided.
interrupt, guys,
Yeah.
but Karthik's blogs are top notch. I will highly recommend you, if the video ends, go on to his website Chess Cult and read his board blogs. They are so helpful. And also Karthik like posts lot of stories on his Insta where he posts positions. Personally, for me, they are so helpful, and he does it consistently. And almost every day he posts a position, and you can solve it. So that's also very good. So yeah, sorry to interrupt, Karthik. Go on.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to do something related to chess. Like, I
Hmm.
feel like, okay, my English is not perfect or anything, but I feel like, okay, I can explain things that can be useful to chess players. And I've faced a lot of the issues where I was stagnant and so on. So that was the intention for me to start writing blogs, so that first of all it will be helpful for me to reframe my thoughts, but also I thought it will be helpful for other players who are facing similar issues as mine. So now I've decided to also focus on teaching chess concepts or like chess aspects. So now I'm coming up with a camp. Initially, later on, it will be I'll be converting it into a full-fledged, academy, online academy for players. So the camp is going to be about Gukesh.
Okay.
So Gukesh is someone I really admire because he is the youngest world champion. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of players dismiss him because he has had this bad phase after becoming world champion. But there is a lot to learn. I think he's very strong mentally, and also um, is there is very clear way that he plays, and there are a lot of patterns that I think will be useful for everyone. And not only even if you don't attend this camp, I think in general studying Gukesh games, it's really good, I think. So in this
Okay.
camp, I am going to focus on three aspects, like three topics. Like the first one is going to be on how to win tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
which is very crucial, no matter what level anyone is at. Because even if you are like 1-8 or 1-6, like if you are playing age groups, you need to win tournaments, you need to win nationals and so on. Or
Mm-hmm.
like especially after 2500, this is how you get to 2600. Like if you want to get to 2600 or 2700, you need to win lot of tournaments. You need to win stronger tournaments, you need to weak somewhat weaker tournaments. So this is essential to master. So like I am going to take Gukesh tournament win as an example, and this is what it's going to be on. The another topic will be on playing higher rated players, which is a topic that I think everyone needs to understand. And
Yeah.
finally, like after losing a game early on in the tournament, it is important to come back. A lot of players face this problem of um, after a loss they start to think about that loss, and then they cannot really come back. So this third topic will be on countering these emotions and bouncing back after a loss. So like I'll be talking about tournament situation, also what I feel about various things. So it will mostly be psychological, and also there will be chess concepts as we go along as I show the games. So that
Okay.
is the camp
And
more or less.
what is the target audience, like target rating group, who can register for it?
So there are going to be different groups.
Okay.
I'm thinking of 3 to 4 groups based on.
Okay.
I don't really know the demand, like how many people are interested and so on. Soon I'm going to start the promotions. Then I would get more of an idea. But for now, I'm thinking 4 groups. So the first group will be for 2300 plus players.
Okay.
Second one is going to be from 2000 to 2300, and third one 1700 to 2000, and then 1400 to 1700. So like
Okay.
this is what I'm thinking currently. Like maybe if other rating groups are interested, like as we go along, like I will get a clear idea like what is the
Yeah,
demand and
how
so
to.
on.
And any tentative dates which we are planning to launch it, or it's just in
It is
progress
going
to.
to be in March. Maybe one camp will be in February. For one of the groups, it might be Feb 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Uh,
Okay.
I'm not really, it's not really finalized, but I think it's going to be early March, the first week of March for most of the groups. One group I'm thinking to do it Feb 2021 22.
Okay. And how do I find it? Like, Would you announce it on your Instagram or something like that?
I have not announced it yet because the website work is still going on. There's some modification, but I think you can find it on chesscult.com, chess-cult.com/bootcamp. Um,
Bootcamp.
yeah, also, if you go to my website, there will be two sections, I think, blog and then this bootcamp. So you can find it there.
Okay. Okay, fantastic, Karthik. I would be very excited to join it, see what it offers. And thank you so much for your advices. It definitely, not just for audience, but for me personally, it has helped me a lot. It has also changed the way in which I'm going to look at chess. Also for your suggestion. And also one thing which is a highly takeaway is experiment with yourself. This usually I have been avoiding, but for you, what you did with your coach, that in a revenge mode, I mean, it might have worked, might not have worked, right? But it really changed your life in a way, right? The approach.
Yeah,
So that was one huge takeaway from this, because you will have to change yourself personally everywhere, to see, to test yourself, to test the waters.
yeah, like you need to try everything, then only you will know which is good for you.
Yes, that's the most critical part. Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yes.